Hey. Good morning to you. Good morning to you. Welcome to the Be Your Own Hero show. Hero is an acronym. It means helping everyone reaps optimism. It also means high emotion radiates overflow. I'm your host. I'm Sekou Write. I'm a professional speaker. Okay, so this is pre-recorded. Oh, I didn't get to play the pre-recorded thing. Let me play it. Let me play it. Here we go. Okay, so now I played the pre-recorded video, letting you know officially that this is pre-recorded. So I'm recording this Sorry. So I'm recording this Wednesday evening in response to the fact that Reverend Mel is coming tomorrow to help me pack things up. So I'm giving us the whole day tomorrow to pack things up. So just to get down to it. So she was supposed to come today, but we couldn't get it together. So tomorrow it's going down. So I'm just going to try to summarize some things for you, but also for me to kind of get things organized. So this week has been an interesting week. So those of you that know that my birthday was June 24th. So that's very recently, right? So thank goodness for that, for my birthday. Thanks to B King for creating a great birthday festivities list. I went down to Baltimore instead of staying in New York for my birthday. So I hung out with her in Baltimore. That was fun. And also, I wanted to hit some things that I talked about in terms of my birthday, but I mentioned pretty quickly because I was rushing because I had guests on the show. So I had guests on Monday was pre-recorded, Tuesday and Wednesday I had guests. And so let me talk about that for a minute too. So first of all, really quickly, I wanted to emphasize that I got this picture with what's her name now? I forget her name. Now that I remember. Oh man, what was her name? Her name was Sonia Sohn. And so I thought I was able to take a picture with her on my birthday because she's been such a hero in terms of her creative life for the tribe, even with her first show, which was The Wire, and so I thought that it was great that I was able to be a part of her life, but she voted into my life on the birthday of me, who was trying to do something special. You know, I'm trying to do a lot of special things, but I just really appreciated us our being on the same path. And no one in the area recognized her. No one else, seemed to be bothering her. I was the one person who came up and asked her for a selfie. And, and I think there was something to that. And she was behind me, but the woman I just met was telling me and Fee about something, and she told us that she was there. I was like, oh my God, I gotta get a photo. And so I just really appreciate that her vibe of giving more to people, giving to people, and I appreciate that. And even though she doesn't know me, she doesn't know anything about me, I feel empowered by the universe. I feel like the universe selected her to be in my path. Just selected to be in my path as a glimmer of hope. As a glimmer of hope. And I think that's the way I'm taking it. So I may say more about this picture as more things occur to me, but that's what I'm feeling right now. Okay. And so there's that picture, and I also wanted to mention this. So Fee Kid and I caught a tree that we were talking to because of Rev Mel. Rev Mel has been talking to trees, and this tree was really big. Now I know it's hard for you to see. Looks like a normal sized tree, but that tree was massive. It was like trying to hug it like this, and so I appreciate the fact that Reverend Melissa has got me talking to trees. Has got me interacting with trees, and that feels different because when you interact with a park, you're used to looking. You're used to appreciating trees. You're used to appreciating the shade that they bring, but you're never really looking dead at them. And so this has been really, it's really fueling in some way, you know, and to be in communication with the trees in a different way. And I haven't had anything happen like she has had happen, but still I feel, I don't know how to describe it, but I feel connected. I feel connected. So I say, and I know I mentioned these two pictures before, but I want to read more into them. All right. Okay. So that's that, and that's that. And anything else I want to say? No, I think that's it. Okay. So let me explain the drop-bys. The drop-bys. So on, there we go. So on Tuesday, Marco Noble stopped by. Marco Nobles is the husband of our Reverend Melissa. And I've had such great memories with him over time, over the amount of time that I've known Rev Mel. And it was such an interesting thing to have interacted with him when he was going through a stroke and not really knowing much about it. And I interacted with him when he first had a stroke, and I didn't know much about it, but I interacted with him. I went and saw him in the hospital, checked him out, and, you know, said hello and all the things. And I felt involved in that process in a small way. And then all these years later, to have reawakened my interest in a stroke, because I had a stroke, and have us talk about it, and the different conversations that we've had without you guys knowing, the different kind of conversations we've had in terms of stroke and in meaningfulness and all the things that it matters, all the things that it matters. It's just been really powerful. And so I thought it was important to get him on, to speak to the things that are happening between two similar Black men. One thing I didn't say on Marco's show when Marco was on is that I felt compelled to come see him in the hospital and compelled to do these things because his body type was similar to mine. His body type was smaller, like not a big, heavy rotund guy. It was slim. And I was like, wow, what kind of thing happened to him? And that still affected me today because I still look like that. I still look slim. And so having that similarity was important, you know, and to talk about it. And so I love what he said about the jigsaw puzzle. And that's something that will stick with me for a long time. And I'm glad I had him on the show just for that. Just for him talking about the jigsaw puzzle and knowing how the pieces go and just thinking about it in a different way. Because how it affected me was very different than how it affected him. And how it affected both of us is very different than how it affected someone else. And it's a very random way that it affects people. And people tend to have challenges with me as much as I have challenges with them. And so challenges with me, I'm laughing because I'm thinking about all these people who expect me to think the same way, the same speed, the same presence of mind, everything complete. And no, that's not the case. And no, that's hard to communicate to people that no, it's not the case. No, can you slow down? No, can you repeat? And it's definitely hard. It's definitely hard. And so it was wonderful to have Marco as an ally and a brother in arms, and for him to share what he's known, what he has learned about the disease and the things that he has to do. Because that was really amazing. That's really amazing. The difference between when I first saw him, when I went to see him in the hospital, and now when I saw him, when I first got to New York the first time, it was really incredible to judge the distance between one versus the other, and just really interesting stuff. Really interesting stuff. So thanks, Marco. I appreciate you. And on Wednesday, earlier today, Wednesday, had Ed Norton on, and Ed was really random. He texted me a text message and called me recently, and out of nowhere, he was just supporting me in terms of my ability to make an opening mark as a scheduled speaker, right? And now I don't even remember when this was, but I remember reaching out to him about making a debut as an opening speaker, and I remember being like, and so after doing that, I was thankful to him that he reached out for reaching out to me about speaking. And I was like, oh man, that's the universe. That's the universe. Because I've said to you guys and other people around that I am a professional speaker. I'm claiming it. I'm a professional speaker. I'm trying to get used to saying that. And the fact that he called me and said, hey man, what's going on with the speaking? And I was like, oh man, it took me a couple days, actually. It took me a couple days to respond. And I was like, well, you know what? Maybe I can invite him on the show and then speak to my efforts to become a speaker, and not be so worried about how I sound and the words I miss and all these things. And so you guys hear me when this is 1 hour out of the day, right? When I'm all like, yeah, I could do it. But then there's the rest of the day when I'm like, I don't know. I don't know. And so it was really important that he came out of nowhere mentioning my speaking. And so I was like, all right, let me invite him to the show. Of course, he said, yes, let's do it. Let's be on. And he really gave me something good to speak to the graduation ceremony about for Fisk, because this is where it all started. Now I can't come in there and just be like, no, I gotta say something. Because this is where everything began. Like everything started. This is year 365, day 365. Like this is woo. This is serious. And I feel it in my soul. And even though my appointments, my doctor's appointments are stacking up, and my real estate appointments are stacking up, and everything's stacking. Let me tell you, everything's stacking. But I feel like I got to make it to Nashville for that graduation. I got to. So the date is February 13th. And I should remember that day because February 14th was the day that, I think it was the day after. I'm pretty sure it was the day after, one day after. February 14th is the day that I lost it, that I fell short. And yeah, I mean, I just, every time I think about it, I get involved so emotionally, you know, and I got to be there. I got to be there. It's getting tight. I'm trying to move some things around with doctors, but I got to be there. I got to be there. I got to be there. And I've got to speak to just something short to the children and the parents. I want to thank some of the parents that I remember. I remember two of them that really reached out to me, and yeah, yeah, because you never know. You never know. You never know what you're doing might affect everything around you. You know, that day I was interviewed today. That show will come out soon. I was interviewed today by the TED show, and he'll let me know when it's released. I'll share it with all of you. But I was talking about how you don't know when something's going to happen, right? And you just move on like, and you don't know when something's going to happen. And I was looking at the footage of my day that day. I've looked at it 1,000 times, but I can't recognize anything. I don't recognize anything that brought me to a height or anything. And I just don't know. I just don't know. You know, I just, Shay, I just, it makes me feel something to know that I've got to say something to these kids about how they prepare themselves for the future, how they prepare themselves for the next thing that knocks them down, how they prepare themselves for the next big boulder that's coming down around the corner, because they've got to get prepared for those things. They got to start practicing right now, and get ready for those things, you know, because you start getting practice with those things, you start building the muscle of being able to be strong no matter what happens. No matter what happens. Shit. So sorry about that. I got caught up in thinking about that. But I want to say that Ed was really great to have him just jump in, and you saw, right? It was so well spoken, you know, and that's not a small thing. It's just we didn't have any rehearsal, we didn't have any prep, like we just jumped in, and he said things that were great and gave me really good things to speak about with the kids, and I think that was really good. That was really good for me, and even the thing that you would think would be a no-brainer was note cards. I was like, oh man, no cards, right? Because I have not been one who's used note cards in his history as a speech giver. So that's a bit of a tough one, right? It's a bit of a tough. It hurts a little bit here, but having the things on note cards means that I can be sure of what I'm saying, and I can be more certain than right now than I'm being right now when I'm speaking extemporaneously, you know. And so I appreciate that. I appreciate that, Ed, for giving me that one little snippet that made a lifetime of difference. And I've got all of you guys to remind me. I've got all of you guys to remind me to get my note cards together. Get my note cards together, because there's going to be a part of me that's going to be like, I think I could do it. I think I could do it. No, just get the cards, get note cards together. So Ashe. So anyway, the point is that Ed popped in last minute and Marco popped in last minute, and both of them gave such profound performances that I had less trouble divorcing myself from my poor performance. You know what I mean? Like my performance, I felt like was not so great, but my ability to tailor my my mess ups based on what they were doing made it much better. Made it much better because I had less time to focus on me and more time to focus on them, and so that helped shift my mindset to them. So I'm still going to do my show. I'm still going to talk straight to camera. I'm going to do my show, but it's good to know that I can do that. I can do this. I can do this. I had Reverend Mel on for a couple of times just to try it out, and it went well. And yeah, we've got to do it, and we've got to do it. What do I mean when I say we've got to do it? I meant that we've got to trust when the Lord tells us where to go. Where to go, because Lord has been telling me that I need to talk to guests for a long time. And I've been like, no, I just, you know what I'm saying? And so finally, I've done it. And mind you, I've done it without my external hard drive. Now, for those of you that don't understand, the external hard drive is a little device that tracks all your shows. All my shows for New Thought Media Network get downloaded to the show. I can't find my external hard drive. So these shows are out there in terms of the internet, but they're not hard drive on my hard drive. And so I still had to do it anyway. Because one of my main thing was, I'll do the guest once I get a thumb drive, once I get a hard drive. No, I'm just gonna do it now. I'm just gonna do it now. What's the thing that I say? Hold on. Now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. I had to have it on my wallet. You see that? Now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. Now is better than perfect. You know? And whatever you do, you start now, then later on, you'll figure out some other ways to do things. Right? I'm already thinking of different things to do with the hosts, with the guests that I hadn't thought of before. And I wouldn't have thought of just sitting at home thinking about, I wonder if I have a guest one day. Maybe I'll do something like this. But to do something like this is happening because I'm interviewing, right? Because I'm doing. So Ashe. There's so much going on with me right now. But I hope that resonated for some of you. Tomorrow, Friday, I'm going to another guest. I'm going again. Like, I'm surprised that people are saying yes. I keep asking people, like, you want to be on my show? And they're like, yeah. I'm like, what? And so I've been asking all kinds of random people. So I got a guest for Friday and another guest for I got to figure out what's happening with the holiday thing. I figured that out. But another guest coming up right after the holidays. So come on. I am excited. I'm excited to be doing this work in this way, and for everything that brings me. Ashe, and Ashe. All right. So let me remind you that this is Sekou Hero Holiday. I don't know what we're calling it, but it means this. We are doing this. This is what am I calling it? 30-day hero challenge. 30-day hero challenge. I hope you've been doing your exercises. I haven't heard much from people other than my mom. My mom's been doing the exercises. What? My mom's been doing exercises, y'all. My mom's doing them. So shout out to mom. I got her name mixed up with my name for her, my personal name. Y'all don't get to know that. That's my personal business. But anyway, so check in with yourself, doing your control, your exercises for the month of June. And then purchase Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. Pick that up. Just go to the website, and if you go to the website and you have a problem, then you need to go to Amazon.com/ebooks. You have to go to an actual website outside of the app. All right, and donate now. Donate now. Just go to Sekou Write. Just go to the charity running portion of the site and give because let me tell you, the things that I'm dealing with right now are strong things. I've been light about them, but they're strong things. Now I need some money because I'm dealing with a lot of things. So please give, and some of you have donated based on my footfalls, how many miles I've run. So I'm gonna get Reverend Mel's help with that because I don't know how to add it up, but I'm gonna add it up and I'll enter my number of miles for the donations, and you guys can give them the donations. And let me just show you the book again. Here's the book, Hack Your Pain Now. Hack Your Pain Now. And so on the interview I just spoke about, the TED Show, I spoke to one of the excerpts of the book, because no one's ever asked me that before. He asked me that, and I was like, oh, that's a great question. And I did. I gave something, and so you're going to have to check out the interview. The point is, you're going to check out the interview to see what's enclosed in that interview. And also, you're going to have to check out the introduction, because the introduction seems to have a lot of people from New York in it. I recognize a lot of people from my life in New York before all this happened, before this joke, before the what are we wearing masks for? The pandemic, before the pandemic. Ashe. So yeah, so that's what I have to say. I hope you are helping, supporting, and giving it up. Oh, no money today. I'll circle back with money. Mañana. That was great that I asked Ed about his wellness, about his work with money, and that produced a great result. So I have to do that more and more often. So no matter what we talk about, I will add something in there about money. All right. So I'm gonna keep you focused. All right. So I think that's it. Welcome to your next show. Be your own hero. And remember that now is better than perfect. And Ashe. And I'll see you mañana. Later.